England wrestling fans, Jim Ross back with you here at ringside on the NWA main event. Nature Boy Ric Flair and Barry Windham will take on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Lex Luger in our big main event here on the NWA main event. There you see Luger with the United States Heavyweight Championship. And apparently Flair wants to speak to the crowd here. Apparently that's...
First thing you better do, fat boy, is learn how to keep your mouth shut when I'm around here.
The arrogant Nature Boy speaking very candidly to a fan here at ringside. Mr. Matsuda. There's a very timely poster. Lex Luger, #1, the U.S. champ. United States Heavyweight Championship, second only to the World's Heavyweight title. Now held, of course, by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And Nature Boy Ric Flair. What an athlete he is. And he'll have his opportunity soon to regain the World's Heavyweight Championship. And again, we want to say a special hello to all the fans in the Crescent City of New Orleans, because on Sunday afternoon, April the 2nd, if you've heard that date in wrestling, it's because that's the date that the NWA will be in the Superdome. The NWA in New Orleans on Sunday afternoon, April the 2nd. So many championships will be decided on that afternoon in the magnificent Superdome in New Orleans. And fans, this really should be a classic right here. It'll be Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert starting out against Nature Boy Ric Flair, a man that on 5 occasions has held the World's Heavyweight Championship. Flair getting loose here. He's had quite a rivalry with Lex Luger over the years as well. I say over the years, that's if it's been a long time. And throughout 1988 specifically, Flair and Luger had quite a rivalry, as Flair taunting the total package, who is etched, as they say in bodybuilding. Luger quite a favorite of the ladies here in the National Wrestling Alliance. And one of my personal favorites, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. I like his attitude, his tenacity. All right, now Flair and Gilbert, two of the great, talented athletes in all of wrestling. Collar and elbow tie-up. Gilbert pushes Flair back to the corner. Teddy Long, your referee here. Ooh, and a slap right to the face. Remember, it was Flair and Windham that broke Gilbert's nose not that many weeks ago here in the NWA. And quite obviously, Gilbert hasn't forgotten it. Neither have any of the fans. And Gilbert with a cheap shot, if you will, right in the face. Flair back over in the corner. Talks to Barry Windham. Say hello to all the fans in Baltimore, Maryland. Big card in the not too distant future in the Baltimore Arena. Promoter Gary Juster's put together a great lineup there. But again, we are really looking forward to returning to New Orleans in the Superdome on Sunday afternoon, April the 2nd. Collar and elbow tie-up. Side headlock now applied by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, firmly on the head of the former world's champion. Nice overhand wrist lock. Great counter wrestling by Ric Flair as he tries to take Gilbert over. But look at the desire. Look at Gilbert compete. Fighting from underneath as he does so well, taking Flair off his feet. And Flair quick to regain a vertical position. And Flair complaining that his hair was pulled. And I certainly did not see that. It was leverage by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert that did it. And once again, Flair taunting this tremendous crowd here at ringside. All right, as they look each other eye to eye, Flair and Gilbert. Flair, the son of a physician. Gilbert, the son of a pro wrestler. Very diverse background, quite obviously. Collar and elbow tie-up. Who will get the advantage here? It is Ric Flair with a side headlock. Gilbert, a great technical wrestler. And look at this chain wrestling maneuver. And a nice reversal by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert going underneath into the arm, to the hammerlock. But a drop toe hold by Ric Flair floats over. Gilbert again counters into the hammerlock. Eddie Gilbert, oftentimes accompanied to ringside by wrestling's most beautiful lady, the voluptuous Missy Hyatt. And great conditioning by Flair to try to get up, but Gilbert countered it and blocked it quite well, the bridge. And now it's the hammerlock. Gilbert stays away from that right elbow of Ric Flair. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Lex Luger meeting Ric Flair and Barry Windham. Jim Ross with you here at ringside. Tag made. Here comes Windham. Nice move by Gilbert. This is a great rivalry between these two men, both second-generation wrestlers. Barry Windham, the son of Black Jack Mulligan. Wyndham's dad, Tommy Gilbert. And Wyndham, 6'6". There's a picture of the champion, the world's champion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And tagging Lex Luger is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And the new United States Heavyweight Champion is ready for action here. Collar and elbow tie-up, and they're exchanging rights and lefts here. Both men is breaking down to fisticuff city. And Luger gets the advantage. What strength by the total package. 6'5", 270 pounds. But Windham buries a foot to the midsection, follows it with a right hand, and now slams the package head into the top turnbuckle. What a battle they had in Chicago. We showed you that match last week here on the main event. Oh, press slamming. Barry Windham, who is 6'6", 265. And the package so strong. Finally, with that gold around his waist, he has taken the champion. At that time, Ric Flair to the limit on 2 occasions. Once in Baltimore last July, and then this past December in Norfolk, Virginia at Starrcade 88. But now he has the second most prestigious championship in the world, the United States Heavyweight title. And whether it's Barry Windham or the Iron Sheik or whomever it may be, Luger's going to have a great challenge to retain the title. Tag made. Flair comes in, and Windham held the package in the corner so Flair could deliver the blow. It's Flair with a holding on to the hair, and he's got him in the corner. Big chop. Like chopping a tree. Tremendous chop, follows with a right hand, another chop, and the package seemingly doesn't even feel it. It's gotta hurt, but he's just not even registering. And there goes Flair, another military press, followed by a gorilla slam, and Flair slam from high atop. The total package clothesline. And now the total package tags in Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the quicker member of the team. And it's Gilbert climbing to the second turnbuckle. With a succession of right hands on Nature Boy Ric Flair. And Gilbert blocked. It did not affect him right there. Nice movement. He nails Windham on the outside. He blocked the inverted atomic drop. And Flair's going to roll outside. They're going to try to break the momentum here as the team of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and the total package Lex Luger controlling the action thus far in this contest. Gilbert waiting on his opponent, Ric Flair, to come back in the ring. And Luger and Flair, now Luger's going to bring him back. Special delivery. He's going to deliver him right to the door. That's what you call service right there. Flair trying to take over on Luger, and that does, his neck is about 22 inches. He's quite a stud as Lex Luger, the United States Heavyweight Champion. And Gilbert caught with a cheap shot downstairs. Windham tags in. And now Windham, inverted atomic drop on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and that is a painful, painful maneuver. The youngster from Lexington, Tennessee, now being hammered by Barry Windham, who sends Gilbert for the ride. Nice movement there by Gilbert, and the long arm of Barry Windham makes the tag to Ric Flair. Windham was in almost a pinning-like predicament, but his arms are so long, he's got quite a wingspan. He made the tag. Another big shot by Ric Flair. Flair obviously is just incensed that he lost the World's Heavyweight Championship, quite obviously. It's almost like an obsession to this man to win it back. And his opportunity to win it back is just around the corner. And we've seen him in some very violent moves in the last few weeks since his defeat in Chicago at the hands of the Dragon. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert fights back. You talk about taking a licking and keeping on ticking. He will indeed compete with all he's got. And Flair rakes the eyes of Gilbert, snap-mirrors him over. Goes to the ropes for some momentum, and he misses with the knee drop. And now Gilbert perhaps turning it around on Flair. The figure 4 by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert on the former champion. And Lex Luger will do likewise on Barry Windham. It's a stereo maneuver at figure 4s. But look at Windham is raking the eyes of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert as buries his hand into the face of Gilbert. That'll cause a break there. Teddy Long having some trouble keeping this thing together. But Gilbert's figure 4 did inflict some punishment on the Nature Boy. But Flair's got his feet on the ropes. 1, 2, and a 2.5 count. You saw Teddy Long's hand getting ready to come down for the final 3. Gilbert sent for the ride. Nice reversal. Pinning predicament here. Can he hold the former champion down? 1, 2, and a 2.5 count one more time. Right hand by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and Flair in big trouble. What a tag team main event we're bringing to you. Exclusively by the NWA. And the tag made to Barry Windham. And Windham comes in to rake the eyes of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. He follows it with a right hand. Windham has had a lot of trouble with his right hand. And finally, the quickness of Gilbert prevails. He makes the tag to the total package Lex Luger. And now Flair and Windham attempting to double team the package, and they're doing it. With chops to the chest, they send him for the ride. He comes out, double clothesline. 6'5", 275. The awesome total package. The reigning United States heavyweight champion with a tremendous move. Follows it with a right hand on Barry Windham. And another one. Back into the ropes. There goes Windham for the ride. High elevation. And the total package Lex Luger turning it on here on the NWA main event. Power slam, a complete 360 by Barry Windham. And now Luger signifying it's time for the rack, the human torture rack. And he's got Barry Windham up there. Flair, the cheap shot right in the knee. What a cheap shot as the referee detained over there with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. There was no tag made. And Luger thrown over the top out here on the concrete floor. Matsuda, let's see what the evil man from the Orient's preparing to do. Judo chopping Luger out here on the floor. And this one is really, it's breaking loose here with Luger and Windham here on the outside. Luger's face just rammed into the security railing. Flair's in the ring, and he's not the legal man, I should say here. But I guess they're going to let the tag stand, apparently. Luger makes his way back up to the ring apron. Flair with the elbow right to the top of the head. Now tags in Barry Windham. So it will be Windham and Luger, the legal men in this tag team event. And a suplex coming up. Yes, indeed it is. Great offensive move by Barry Windham. Floats on top, does not grapevine the leg, and look at that strength. The bench press strength of Lex Luger. And Windham follows with a right hand. Luger's in a lot of trouble. The magnificently conditioned athlete from Chicago. His head stomps right into the foot of Barry Windham. Two of the young giants in the sport of wrestling, competing here in the NWA. Suplex coming up, perfectly executed by Barry Windham. Tags in Ric Flair. I thought he tagged. I guess he just high-five there. Didn't look like a tag was to be made. Once again, Luger sent for the ride. Abdominal stretch by Barry Windham. He grabs the top rope for additional leverage. You can see the referee's vision is blocked. He's there where he needs to be to find out if Luger wants to submit. And Gilbert telling the referee that Windham was using the top rope for leverage. He's doing it again. The abdominal stretch is one heck of a painful maneuver. And then you add the additional leverage that the rope gives you. It's really an excruciating maneuver. Windham trying just to really stretch out the total package here into a submission. Windham, another right hand to the ribs. Luger now. It's a gut check for the U.S. champion. We're going to see how much punishment he can take. Tag made. Nature boy Ric Flair. Legal man. Forearm right to the ribs of the total package. He has sustained a lot of punishment. That abdominal stretch is one of the most painful maneuvers in the sport. Flair right hand. You can see it right there. Great shot of the right hand right to the face of the total package. Big shot by Flair knocks Luger right off his feet, and now Flair going for all of it. Going up top to the top rope. He hesitated, and if he hesitates with a package, you're in trouble. He's going to slam him from the top here. What a slam, and Luger musters all the strength he can to slam Flair. Flair is now needing to make the tag. Luger likewise. I think Flair tagged in Barry Windham, and also Luger gets the tag with Eddie Gilbert, and Gilbert is well rested, full of fire, big right hands to the native of Sweetwater, Texas, as he cracks their heads together, Windham and Flair. Windham face first on the canvas, and hot stuff Eddie Gilbert with a big score to settle. He is rested and full of fire. He kept him hot shot. Eddie Gilbert with a hot shot. That'll be it for Barry Windham. 1, 2, and that should have put, he has just put Windham's foot on the bottom rope. That should have been a pinfall. The manager making the difference right here. And Flair with a cheap shot from behind. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. Luger's losing his composure with Mr. Matsuda. And Gilbert with a cheap shot from Flair is in big trouble. There goes the package through the ropes. And now Flair, nice movement there. Gilbert rolling Flair up. Can he hold him down? The referee out of position. Oh, the lariat. The lariat. What a cheap shot by Barry Windham. With the lariat on Eddie Gilbert, and Flair's going to get the pin. And Windham and Flair have stolen this one. And we'll be right back on the NWA main event.